some comment. Let's welcome Group 1. 哇塞！哇，没有吧？完了，你真是偷把我的照片上去。我很心痛的照片。赞哦！
Hello everyone, we are Group 1. My name is Penny. They are my team member Yo-Yo and Lily. Today we divided our comment into 3 parts. I'm going to
Please
talk
use your
about.
official name.
My name is Penny. Page Yo-Yo is 丽哲 and Lily is 小林。
Use the English nickname.
Okay.
Because that's unofficial.
Okay. Today we divided our comment into 3 parts, and I'm going to talk about their comment, their contents, and then Lisa will talk about their comment and a little stage performance, and Xiaoling will talk about their stage performance and make a short conclusion. At first, I want to talk about Candy. When she talk about the vocabulary class, I think she is go smoothly and she found a simple sentence to teach us. I think really good, and she let me know a complimentary has another means is something for free. So I think it's really nice. Next, I want to talk about Rachel. I like when she talk about the discussion questions because the second question is really interesting for me because she let me know the 2 ways the promotion international convention for formal like what and informal like what. And then she used the funny video to let me happy to learn. So I think she did a great job. And then I want to talk about the 新梅的英文是什么？ Jennifer. And I think she chose the recently famous drama to talk about the high and low contest culture is really interesting and funny because and then she used her own words to explain very clearly. So I think today she also did a great job. This is my comment. Let's give the floor to Yo-Yo Lisa.
My name is Yo-Yo. I'm going to talk about their content and stage performance. And first, I think their PowerPoint is very cute and special because they use a lot of cute icons in their PowerPoint. And next is their stage performance. And the first person I want to talk about is Rachel. I think her performance is great like usual. She only puts some brief words and picture in her part, but she can clearly remember what she wants to talk about and introduce us very clearly. So I think it's very professional and we can learn from her. And the second person is Jennifer. She introduced us very interesting video about high-low contest culture. I think it's very interesting and very can let us to think about. So the other person is Jiatian. I think she introduced the vocabulary of scenario 1 is very clearly, and even though she has some mistake in her part, but she can correct it very quickly. So I think it's very good. And let me give the floor to Lily.
Hello everyone, I'm Lily Xiaoling. First, I'll talk about Xinmei Jennifer. I think she really did a great job in the part of warming up. She told us how to reply the invitation in acceptance and also refusal way. So and also lead us to read the sentence to enhance our memory. I think it's good. And also in the part of high and low context culture, she not only just showed us a video, but also tell us the steps in the different relationship in high and low context culture. I think she is really well prepared. And also, as an audience, I think she really make a big grace on the stage. Not only her pronunciation, but also the performance on the stage. So I think she is good. And the next person is Rachel. She is just very professional on the stage. And also in the part of discussion and the activity one, she tells us how to write a successful praise steps by steps, and also use the and also in the part of activity one, she showed us the email to let us know what is the formal invitation, and also highlights the key points like who am I and what the purpose is and how to express the appreciation. I think she just very well prepared in this part. And the last person is Candy. I think she, although she is kind of nervous, she tried her best to show us what she prepared, and also try her best to memorize all the scripts and try not to see the PowerPoint. I think she is good. And also she, I think she doesn't need to worry about her performance on the stage, because I think she is good enough. This is my comment. I'll give a floor to group 2.
Hello everyone, we are group 2. My name is Tu, and they are my team members, Katie and Wan Rong. And we divide our comment into 3 parts. First, I would like to talk about their stage performance, and next, Wan Rong will talk about their content. Finally, Katie will make a short conclusion. Let's get started with stage performance. First, I think they are all well prepared because they are not looking at the PowerPoint all the time. Also they have strong eye contact with the audience. I think it is very good. First, I would like to talk about Jennifer. When she moving to the next part, she always use the transition words to let us know where is she talking about. And next, I would like to talk about Candy. I think her voice is very loud enough to be heard, although she made some mistakes, and she correct the mistakes immediately. I think it is very good. And the last speaker is Rachel. I think her pronunciation is very well. Also, when she talk about her own part, like discussion or activity, she gave us more example, and also she explained the detail very clear. I think it is a very good model. And this is the end of my comments. I will give the floor to Wan Rong.
Hello everyone, my name is Wan Rong. I'm going to talk about their PowerPoint. I really like their PowerPoint templates, and their PowerPoint style is attract me a lot. Also, they use color. Their color is used properly. In the first part, she may tell us some example to talk about how to accept and refuse the invitations. I think it is very useful for me because I'm not good at refuse people. And then in the vocabulary part, Jiang can tell us many vocabularies. I'm grateful to her. And in the scenario part, their style is very cute because they put the different colors in the different dialogue boxes. That's very colorful. And in the next, in the activity one part, Yujin tell us some tips to how to she teach some tips about the Yujin tell us some tips how to write a press release, and she tell directly to the activity one. She write a letter to show us what she just said. I think she is systematically to talk activity one and discussion questions part. I think they really did a perfect PowerPoint. This is my comments. Let me give the floor to Peiqi.
My name is Peiqi. I'm going to talk a little about their content and make a short conclusion. First, I think they use a new and interesting way to talk about discussion question. At first, they tell us how to write a professional invitation letter, but then they show us that funny video to make this part not that serious and add some that. I think that's good. And other part is also great and very eye-catching, and I think their performance is very great too. I think they are all well prepared and remember everything in their mind. So when they talking about their parts, they are all fluent and they are all fluent. And this is all our comments. I'll give the floor to go through.
Hello everyone, we are group 3 and I am Chu Han. She is Ying Zhen and this is Ping Rong. And we are going to talk about we are going to divide our comment into 3 parts, and I'm going to talk about the PowerPoint. First, I think their PowerPoint made a great job because they use black and white color is very modern and fashionable. And I think their layout is very tidy. And I think the video they found on high and low context culture, I think it's very real. Because I have met some foreign guy before, and it is real that they really want to have sex with you. And if you don't want to have sex with them, they will just say, "Oh, you are not my type." And I think all in all, their PowerPoint is we can make their PowerPoint as an icon because our PowerPoint sometimes we made was a mess. So I think their PowerPoint did a very great job. And I'll give the floor to Ying Zhen.
Hi everyone, I'm Ying Zhen. I will talk about their stage performance and content. And first, I want to talk about Jia Tian. I think she is good at teach us vocabulary. She's pronunciation is very good, and although have a little mistake, but I think it's okay, and she still do a great job. And next, I want to talk about Yujun and Jiatian's conversation. And although they wear face mask, but they still talk loud and audience can hear clearly. And next, I want to talk about Yujun. I think she's pronunciation is so perfect, and it's my pleasure to see her report on the stage, and she always know what she want to say and don't need to look at PowerPoint. Next, I want to talk about Xinmei. In high and low context culture, she choose Korean and American drama, and she explain, and she use simple words to explain what's different between high and low context culture. And so I think they do a great job. And this is all of my comment. Now I will give the floor to Pingrong.
Hi, I'm Pingrong. In conclusion, I think the warm-up is where they let us repeat the context so that we can focus on it. And second is the activity. And they not only teach us how to write invitation letter, they also show us example and explain it very clear. And finally is the high and low context culture. I think they choose a good topic and it's very attractive me. And they also, their videos are fun because the drama is my favorite one currently, the Thai class. That's the end of my comment. I will give the floor to Good Folk.
Hello everyone, we're group 5. Group 4. Group 4, sorry. I was going to talk about content. And Teresa Solution, he's calling Yuan. I'm going to talk about content and he was going to talk about PowerPoint and stage performance. After their presentation, we can learn how to politely decline others' invitations in English. And in the scenario part, they speak fluent English and perform very confidently. After, and we can also see differences in love patterns between East and West. I will give the floor to Colin Dong.
Hello everyone, I'm Colin Dong, and first of all, I think Jiatian volume was loud enough that everyone can hear it, and she also used a lot of gestures and strong eye contact. And Yujun was very confident standing on stage, and she introduced Activity 1 very clearly and specific. And she shows us that how professional speakers look like. And Xinmei was a little nervous in the beginning, but after that she stayed calm and performed very well till the end. and she did very great job in this presentation. And I also like their layout of the PPT is very brilliant, and they also use red color to mark out the keywords. It's very excellent. So this is the end of our comments. I feel forward to good fight.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. We are group 5. My name is Yu Fei. This is Yu Xuan and this is Xin Yu. And we divide our comment into 3 parts. I'm going to talk about their PPT, and Yu Xuan will talk about their contents, and Xi will talk about their stage performance and make a conclusion. So first, I think their PPT use black background is very good for audience because the light is very dazzle to our to the audience, and we cannot watch the dazzle light all the time. And they don't use lots of unnecessary picture to explain their vocabulary. I think it's the PowerPoint is very clear and it's very clean, simple, and yes, it's very clear and simple. And they use, and in the common part, they use our picture to show the audience. I think it's very interesting. And next, I'll give the floor to Yuxuan.
Hello everyone, my name is Yu Xuan. I'm going to talk about their content. First of all, I think they give us a lot of useful information. For example, in the warming up part, they teach us how to accept and confuse someone's invitation. And in discussion question part, they not only tell us how to promote an international convention, but also talk some current situation that made me very impressive. And in addition, they explain very detailed in activity 1 that let us know more about how to write the letter. This is my comment. Now I'm going to give the floor to Xinyu.
Hello everyone, my name is Xinyu, and now I'm going to talk about their stage performance, delivery, and make a short conclusion. First, the first speaker is Xinmei. I think Xinmei really gave us a good opening because when she stands on the stage, her voice is loud enough, and she also maintains strong eye contact with audience. Besides, in the opening, when she introduced the content of their PowerPoint. She also used some preposition words when she introduced her part. And next is Jiatian. When Jiatian her voice is also loud enough and also maintains strong eye contact. Besides, I think she also have the good memory when she introduced the vocabulary because she almost remember all things she want to talk about and use her own word to explain each word. So I think she is really, really good. And next is Yuzhi Rachel. Her voice is loud enough too, and she also have the word pronunciation and intonation. And besides, I think she also have the good problem solving skills because when she played the videos and she found out we can hear the video voice and she tried to solve the problem immediately. So in this part, I think she really give us a good example to solve this kind of problem. And besides, and finally, I think so in conclusion, I think they would really give us a good example because they put many cute and interesting things in their presentation, and I think they use their expertise to give us a humorous but professional presentation. So I think in their presentation, they not only give us a good opening, they also but give us a good ending. So this is the end of our comment. Let me give the floor to Group 6.
Hello everyone, we are Group 6, and my name is Liang, and they are my team members, Yiling and Xizhi. And now we are going to give them some comments, and I will talk about their stage performance, and Yiling will talk about their PowerPoint, and Xizhi will make a short conclusion. And now let's get started. First of all, I think they all have great eye contact with audience, and their voice is also loud enough. And now I want to talk about the first speaker, Xingmei. I think she is well prepared because when she introduced the content, she didn't look at the PowerPoint. And also I think she looks more confident than before. And the second speaker, Jiatian, I think she has good stage manner because when teacher pointed her mistakes, she could correct it immediately. I think this is very good. And the last speaker, Yujun, I think she just like a professional speaker. I really like her voice, and she speaks very fluently. And also she has some gestures to help her speak. And I think it makes her performance more professional and natural. And in conclusion, I think they all did a good job in their parts. And now I'll give the floor to Yiling.
Hey, I'm Yiling, and now I'm going to talk about their PowerPoint. First, I want to say when they talk about their vocabulary, they highlight the vocabulary in their example sentence. And about scenario 1, they use a different color to let us know who was talking. And about comments, I think they are very creative because they are the first group to use our pictures to show the audience. And about the high-low contest culture, I want to say that's real because I have a friend from Germany. We met at UK next summer, and he told me that in that country, if a girl and a boy, yes, if a girl and a boy, they didn't do nothing, they are just a friend, not a couple. Yes, so now I think I can understand that. And this is the end of my comments. Now I give the floor to Xizhi.
Hello, my name is Xizhi. After my team members' comment, I will make a summary. First, I'm very like the PPT design. They use black and white colors and illustration style as a background. It's not complicated to distract us. It's easy to make us understand what they are going to say. Moreover, in each part, Group 7 show how professional they are. I really appreciate their group mentality when teachers correct them and they help each other to solve the problem and not be intention. And all of them barely look at the PPT and memorize all what they are going to say. I think this is a good sample. In conclusion, I feel all of them will prepare this presentation and attach importance to this presentation. I think all of them did a good job and make a good example for us. Thank you. I will give the floor back to Group 7.
Thank you for all your comments. We really appreciate it. And next, we would like to share our feedback to you. I'll go first. Well, this is my first time working with Jiatian and Xingmei. And I really appreciate it because they are just so creative. Like, they could always give me a lot of interesting ideas, which is like putting your profile pictures in our PowerPoints, or even the topic of high and low context culture. So there's always full of fun during our discussion. And with this opportunity, I think I get to know more about them. I really enjoy working with them. I'll give the floor to Candy.
Hello, my name is Candy. This is my first time to cooperate with my group member. Before this grouping, I rarely talk to them. So thank you, teacher, give me opportunity to work with them and let me make new friends. And also, I want to say thank you, my group member, because they always correct my wrong pronunciation. Without them, I couldn't finish this presentation. So I want to say I love you to them. And by the way, thank you, teacher, correct my mistake of the word complementary. We misunderstood the meaning of it. We thought it means praising, but it means free. So thank you, teacher, and thank you to everyone. And I will give the floor to the Ximei.
I'm Ximei Jennifer. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Rachel Yujin because she has the best English ability in our group. And she always correct our mistake and on the PowerPoint or our presentation. And in addition, in my high and low context culture part, she find a video about American drama for me. And I will thank you to her. And next, I want to say thank you to Jiatian because she's in charge of integrate all PowerPoint, so we can have such beautiful activity. And so I will say thank you to her. And then I also want to say thank you, teacher, giving me this opportunity to work with them and let me have a little corporate and this is the end of our feedback, and then will give us some time to choose who is the best communicator.
best commentator is Lily Xiaoling. The reason why I chose Xiaoling because she mentioned our part very detailed, and she mentioned my warming up part, and she liked the way I did everyone read a sentence together, and she also mentioned in my context cultural part, she mentioned it, and you will have stress when people in a relationship, and I also mentioned when I on the stage is well prepared and have well translation. And now I will give the floor to Rachel.
Thank you for all your comments. It's really a hard decision to choose the best commentators. And the one Candy pick is Liang. Because we think that we think that she tell really detailed about our PowerPoint. Because our PowerPoint is organized by Jia, and she said that we didn't use a lot of unnecessary pictures, and the layout of the PowerPoint is really clean and simple. And she also mentioned that we put your profile pictures in our PowerPoint. And the one I picked would be Sincere, because she is the only one. Xingyu, she's the only one who mentioned that I have a problem-solving skill. Like I asked you about the volume of the video. She also said that we have we use the humorous way and also professional skill on the stage. So let's welcome Xiaoling, Yu Bei, and Xingyu.
You don't need to repeat because we are running out of time. Just award them, and then let's call it a day.
And this is the end of our presentation.